Hey everyone, it's the Doom Dog. So, you bought a PlayStation Classic. You enjoyed some of its games and had enough fun with it to justify your purchase. But in the back of your mind, you know that it could be better. You know that without even altering the lineup of games, it could be better. The 9 PAL region games could run better. Scan lines could help hide the dated look of these games, and analog control would do wonders for how some of them control. What if I told you that there is a way to make it better? You can have analog control with thumbsticks, you can have scan lines, and you can make those PAL region games run at 60 Hz instead of 50 Hz. Now what if I told you this would only cost you $20? Let's talk about it. Say hello to the 8bitdo wireless adapter. This is a USB dongle for your PlayStation Classic that lets you use your DualShock 4 controller from your PlayStation 4 with said PlayStation Classic. This means that you can control your games on the PlayStation Classic with the thumbsticks. That alone is a welcome improvement over the original, but that's not all it does. Let's take a closer look. Setting this up is very easy. It plugs into the controller port on the PlayStation Classic just like your regular controllers would. When you get it plugged in, hit the button on the front of the dongle to enter it into search mode. It is now looking for a wireless signal from your DualShock 4. Hold down the Share and PlayStation buttons on your DualShock 4 to enter it into pairing mode. If all goes according to plan, your controller should sync up with your Classic and you will now be able to use your DualShock 4 with it. Once you get it all hooked up and running, it works like a charm. You can see that here with some gameplay of Metal Gear Solid recorded off of the Classic. As you can see, I am using the DualShock 4 controller to play the game. I recorded my controller as I was playing it and synced up the video of the controller with the gameplay as best as I could. It works well, and you get a greater degree of control and precision than you ever would with a D-pad. Now I know what you're thinking. The PlayStation Classic does include some games from before the DualShock was released in 1998. Do you get analog control for pre-1998 games? Yes. Yes you do. Here I am playing Final Fantasy VII off the PlayStation Classic with the DualShock 4. It works great here as well, and the same is true of every pre-DualShock game included with this thing. You still only get 8 directional movement because that's how the game was programmed, but the thumbstick is more comfortable to use than the D-pad for a game like this. Well, I think so anyway. One of the most requested features of the PlayStation Classic was scan lines, and it was widely criticized when it did not ship with this option. The scan lines create a nostalgic CRT look for the games that you don't get on modern TVs, and they help hide the dated look of the game. While I do not mind their absence, I do understand why it bothers other people that this feature was missing from the Classic. Both of Nintendo's mini consoles had it, so it's kind of expected. Well, beyond playing games with the analog sticks, the 8bitdo wireless adapter lets you access the emulator's menu. Press the L1, R1, and Options button at the same time and it brings up the menu for the emulator. You don't need any specific keyboards to make this work. This gives you access to a bunch of different options such as a frame rate counter and scan lines. You can see scan lines here with the classic siphon filter. You can even control how bright those scan lights are. It's a nice feature for those that are looking for it. The menu gives you a variety of other options as well. Quite possibly the most important thing that this device lets you do, though, is switch between region modes. Do you want those 9 PAL region games to run faster and smoother like their NTSC counterparts? Just open up the options menu and turn on NTSC mode. They're now running at 60 Hz instead of 50 Hz. The end result is that the game plays faster and smoother in this mode. Here is a side-by-side comparison of Battle Arena Toshinden running at 50 Hz versus it running at 60 Hz. As you can clearly see, it plays a fair bit better with higher frame rates. It feels better to play as well. Here's a side-by-side comparison of Tekken 3 running at 50 Hz versus it running at 60 Hz as well. This definitely makes the biggest difference in how fighters play and feel, but it is a help with all 9 PAL region games included. It's not a 100% perfect solution, however. It's still the PAL version of the games, but it is much better. That much is for damn sure. So, are there any negatives to the 8bitdo wireless adapter for the PlayStation Classic? Well, there is one. You may have noticed that there's a mouse cursor in the upper left corner of the screen. It treats it like it's some kind of computer or something. If there's a way to get rid of this cursor, I certainly did not find it. It's more of a minor annoyance than anything else, and I eventually did quit noticing it altogether and just enjoyed the games. That really is the only downside to this thing. Beyond that, I have nothing negative to say about this device at all. It's awesome. I consider this adapter to be a must-have for anyone that has a PlayStation Classic. I would highly recommend picking one up for yours. It fixes 3 of the major issues that people have with the Classic. Even without adding your own library of games to the system, it makes it a much more enjoyable experience to use the thing. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Did you pick up a PlayStation Classic? What did you think of it? Are you planning on picking up this adapter? Let me know. If you could share this video, it would help me out a lot as well. Talk to you later, everybody. Doomdog out.